Oh! Red pepper hummus. Feeling quite sickly, to be honest with you. Coming back from a back injury, lower lumbar spinal. What's good, people? Let's wake myself up, yeah? Come on! Let's wake myself up. I've been doing my thing. Picking back B and Boo, and we're back. Devoted to Gary. We're listening to the Donnas. The Donna Kebabs. Shall we have a look at the image we have before us? I'm looking forward to this one. Just by the image, the title of the act, and the song lengths, I actually think this is probably going to suit me really well just at first glance. Really short songs. I'm really looking forward to this. When was this record put out? So it's provided by CD Baby. 2020 published. Look at the what do you call the like the aesthetic of the camera. There's got to be a particular, well, there has to be a particular name of the 70s-esque effect we've got going on with that image there. I like when you hit a drum, the tone of the drum is called a timbre. What is the equivalent of the camera quality, you know? But yeah, I'm back. I took maybe the best part of 2 weeks off. Initially, I wanted to take 1 week off. If you're on the YouTube watching this, hey, we upload each and every day, that's no problem. But as far as the Patreon is concerned, I must have took a good 2 weeks off, or coming up to that much. Wanted to take a week off. On my day, I went away for a bit. On my way coming back, I thought I'd hit the gym. Went to the gym. First repetition. Deadlifting. Little warm-up. Felt the pop. It was over. Stepped outside. I was trapped inside my own body, claustrophobic for the best part of 3 days prior to me being able to walk to some degree again. No painkillers. No doctors. Do you know what we're about? The NHS and free healthcare and that. Put some respect on me, yeah? Don't waste their time like half of this fucking nation. I understand what my body is capable of doing, so I rest and repaired. And here I am, able to sit upright, able to adjust myself. Don't get me wrong, there's still a little bit of a jarring feeling, you know, a little bit of a discomfort. It is a spinal injury, you know, engaged in a little bit of sciatica. I think it's a, what would you call it? A pelvic tilt, anterior pelvic tilt perhaps, entrapping the sciatic nerve down one of my legs, which isn't great. It's not a great feeling, but the best thing I can do is get into the gym and do a few mobility exercises and loosen myself up a bit. But with that being said, I hope everybody is blessed. I hope everyone's doing well. Whilst I was injured, I was reading the Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Educating myself on some Hindu philosophy and spirituality, you know, or at least one of the family offshoots of Hinduism. And what more needs to be said? This entire listen through goes out to my man Gary. Thank you for being patient, Gary. Thank you for all of the support, as of always. It is an absolute blessing. You're with me, and I wanna give you a shout out. Rock and Roll Machine is the title track. It's track number 1 of 10 on American Teenage. Rock and Roll Machine by the Donnas. Let's see what we got in store. Let's go. I want to know already the background of this band. The first question that came to my mind was, are they actually teenagers? You know, because we've got what seems to be, what could potentially be like a variation of ages in the band. And just for like mainstream appeal, that one of them might pretend to be a teenager whereas they're in their 20s, you know, because this is show business, this is entertainment, right? And this was put out by who? Purple Feather Records, so I don't know who that is, but, you know, to be a 4-piece band, girl band, and to like garner 73,000 views and whatnot off of this particular sound is quite unique in its sense, in itself. I don't believe anything's by chance, and I do think, how does a young 4-piece teenage girl group get picked up by a label, you know, because it's not as, you don't get headhunted no more. A&R aren't popping up and saying, you know what, I see a future in them. No. Links need to be made, so I'm fascinated on the background already. With that being said, though, rock and roll and punk rock isn't necessarily a genre that is advertised to the feminine much. You know, it's not the best market for an act that creates an abrasive sound such as this. Not to say that women aren't into punk rock and varying degrees of punk rock, but this particular sound, you know, quite rebellious and whatnot. It's quite masculine in energy, don't you think? Sorry about that. Mic check. I mean, I hate to say it, but obviously there's a nod to the Ramones here. I hate to say it because it glares you in the face, you know, it's self-explanatory, but whilst I'm commenting, I might as well put that out there for anyone who was unaware, you know. In a symbolic sense, the guitar is fantastic, really, isn't it? Because what we have here is the Donnas, right? And they're posing with their guitars, yeah? This is a badass girl band, right? But look at what happens with these rock bands. They sling their guitar down low, don't they? They lengthen their strap to have their guitar hang low. And when you look at their guitar, what you see is I mean, I don't want to really associate this with a teenager band, but it's a phallic symbol. It's a masculine symbol. The shape of the guitar is not that much different from the phallus of the male. It's a very masculine, primitive symbol, right? I mean, you look at how they were using them guitars back in the glam rock days and so forth. You couldn't tell one difference from the other, you know? In the related videos, we've got the rise and fall of the Donnas 1 year ago. So it says here, published 2020, Purple Feather Records. released on 2020. I might double check to see if this actually was 2020. Because why are we talking about a rise and fall, like at this point? They look like 5 years old. Then again, only 8.89k subscribers. There we go. That was the first track, Rock and Roll Machine. I think I've done enough talking for this one. I'll see you straight on to You Make Me Hot. See you there. Yes, now bless now people, don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pits TV signing in. We're listening to the Donnas tonight. So this was published in 2020, or at least that's what the YouTube information would have you believe. And I thought something's not adding up here. I had a little gander of the old Wikipedia page. I think this was put out in... Let me just double check. Was it 98? Let me just double check. Yeah, 1998 this was put out. So that adds a new depth to what we're listening to. Their debut came out in 97. This is the second album post the self-titled The Donnas record. So there you go, a little bit of insight. It's quite bizarre actually, because an act from the 90s going for the retrospective 70s Ramones punk rock aesthetic at the very least is absurd to me. I've never come across an act that has had that characteristic. The 90s looking back to the 70s punk rock. Bruh, I'm a punk rock artist, and as far as like bands that have been any good, I've never come across, or at least not knowingly, I've never come across like any Ramones worship acts that derive from the 90s. You know, a lot of metal infused stuff in the 90s as far as punk rock was concerned. You know, as far as I know. You Make Me Hot is track number 2. We're listening to the Donnas. Let's go. I also had a look at what they look like older to see if they got hot. They definitely had some hairstyles on them, I can tell you that much. I saw a couple of band promos when they got older, you know. Great gang chants, very powerful, well produced. It's a little more rock and roll infused, you know? I guess it's in the title of the record. Solo. Where's that from? That's from like a glam rock band, isn't it? You know what? I think there was a band called The Lindas that was relatively recent. I got them confused with them. Bruh, but what am I saying? This was recommended by the connoisseur of the 90s. How dare I believe this was a 2020 record? Come on now, how silly am I? I repent for my sins. Cheers. I'm going to find out how this band formed. I'm going to find out whether they were put together by a marketing firm or mastermind, whether it was a label job, whether it's a one of our dads is in the industry and could hook us up. I'm going to find out what's gone on. There's some... I want to know the entryway of this band into the industry. I need to find this out. We've got Checking It Out coming up next. I'll give you an answer when we get to that next one. Yes, now, blessed now, people. Don't forget to rest now. It's Des ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're listening to the Donnas tonight, formerly known as the Donna Kebabs. All right. Track number 3 is entitled Checking It Out. Checking it out. I had a little deek to see where this band came from and how they started putting records out and got hooked up and stuff. I've seen that there was a cooperation. I think they put their self-titled out through one label, and then Lookout Records got involved and I think did a repress or a reprint, potentially, something along the lines of that. And Lookout Records, they've got the golden touch. I don't know who was behind Lookout Records, but they put out it was not to do with the heads from Rancid, was it? Lookout Records put out the early Green Day stuff and put out Operation Ivy's album Energy, so that record label had the golden touch as far as punk rock music is concerned. I don't know too much about labels, you know. It's something I should really educate myself on. Labels are elusive things. The way a label acts is incredibly fascinating, you know? You can go and speak to people who've been in music for years on end and you'll say, what do you do in a record label? What does a record label do? And they'll start stuttering and buttering because essentially it's the business, you know what I mean? The artists focus on the art, but those heads who can sort out a nice label, you know what I mean? Get the suit and tie on and all that. So, Get on the bloated distribution and all of that. You know what I mean? All the copyrighting law and stuff like that. Get back. Come on, Checking It Out. Let's go. Hit it. That's that AC/DC right there. Interesting factoid I came across on their Wikipedia. They were all born in the same year. They're all the same age, essentially. All born in 73, I think it was. Which wouldn't make sense, would it? Considering the lyrical content I just heard and referencing themselves as teenagers, that would not make sense. Let me just find out if I was right there. One moment. All born in 79. So let's do some quick maths here, yeah? Let's do some quick maths. All born in 79. Meaning, if this was put out in 1998, they would have been, what, 19 years old at this point? Referencing 17 years old in this track, so it must have been an older tune or just for, you know, their own purposes. You know, 17 might be a bit cooler. You know, I'm not an adult yet. I'm a American teenage rock and roll machine. This has got a great production. I really like the production. I think it's going to completely vary depending on who your front person is, on how this production sounds. But I think for the sound of this band, I like it because it sounds... It's well produced whilst being a gritty, let's start a band sound. You know, it's very organic. I like it. I hate to use the term raw because, of course, there's different degrees of what can be considered a raw recording, but this is a good production for the attitude of the band, I think. One thing that makes me a little uncomfortable is although the gang vocals are really good, like I like the clarity of them, I like the power of them. The girls do sound young on the gang chant, and you know, I don't, even though it's kind of the point of the record and it's the energy of the record, as a grown man, I don't really want to be jamming too hard to a bunch of teenage girls shouting along. You know, there's a there's a disconnect. There's a trouble of translating what needs to be put forth in that artistic manner. I'm not necessarily the perfect target audience for that gang chant. I like a good melody on the vocal. Lyrically speaking, you know, I can only agree with so much of it if it's from the perspective of a teenage girl, but the gang vocals in particular, they do sound young. They do sound young. Even though it's catchy, they do sound young. And I don't mind it when it's like a bit of a one-off, you know, or we'll incorporate some young vocals to sing the melody on this tune, or that, you know, from another band or so forth. But when it's consistent throughout the entire record, you know, when it's a major component of the sound of the band. It is catchy though, let's be fair. This is probably the best one so far. That was good. That was the best one out of the first three, most definitely. Great energy to that. Fantastic hook. Let's keep on moving, yeah? There's Rocksteady King of the Pit TV signing in, listening to the Donnas. Gimme My Radio is the title of this one. 2 minutes, 9 seconds, believe it or not. And we've got even shorter songs coming up next. Devoted to Gary, the man, the legend, the 90s connoisseur. Let's jump straight in.
Radio,
Now, this is a thought that crossed my mind. They're young in this, so, you know, it probably wasn't the issue it would have been down the line. And I don't want to sound like I'm casting judgment one way or another, because I know, you know, in the realm of the workplace environment and so forth, it is what some put forward as a counter argument in relation to distribution of wealth in the working world, in the corporate world and whatnot. But I just project myself upon the band as a band member, and I know my biggest issue with being in a band is the politics of being in a band. And if you work very hard and you have a drive and an ambition and a desire, it becomes really heckin' problematic being in a band, because there's a dynamic there, and if you work the hardest, or you and another person work the hardest in the band, you start to resent those who don't pull their own weight, and you might end up shooting yourself in. I rebel. I say, right, well, I'm going to stop investing my effort if nobody else is, and then the band dies, right? It becomes problematic. Now, I say that to say this, there's not a direct correlation with what I wanted to say, but it was just a train of thought I went into. When you got 4 ladies in a band, yeah, such as this, and then we grow up in this band, so we looked at the Wikipedia, this band not peaked at this point. Supposedly when they hit the 2000s, that's when they started to cover a little bit of ground, you know, as far as their success is concerned. But this is why I say, you know, I don't mean to sound funny, because it does intercorrelate with like the whole workplace politic thing. Ladies get pregnant. So imagine that. You got 4 ladies in a band, and if your income relies on the band, that's kind of mad when biology gets in the way. We can't stop for the band, can we? You know, nature calls and you do your thing. It's a bit easier for a fella. Of course, you don't want to be an absent father, but the father doesn't have to deal with the bearing of the child. That was just some food for thought. You know, I see girl bands from time to time, relatively rare. There has been a few half-decent old girl bands that have come through, punk rock adjacent acts, but they've never been successful. Touring acts, yeah, but I doubt as well as the Donnas, just through my brief looking into the history of this band. And man, like I'm stressing out on behalf of all of that, to be honest with you. I'm stressing out on behalf of all of that. Because when you're in a band and you're full of fucking grown-up dudes and one of them says, I can't make it to band practice because I got work. Bruh, band practice is rescheduled until 2 months down the line. Nobody's going nowhere fast. Your dreams, your desires, your ambitions, dead in the water. It's fucking horrible, man. It's horrible. Great fade out. It's a great sound to the recording. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I think it takes a moment to sort of grasp, or at least, you know, each to their own. As far as production is concerned, it took me a moment to sort of grasp the sound. Couple of songs in, and I'm really enjoying the sound of this act. I like the way this record is produced. It's nice. We got Out of My Mind coming up next. There's ROCKSTEADY Kingdom Pit TV. Try for free, they say. There's no such thing as free, people. The Donnas, track 5 of 10, American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine. Bruh, there should have been Donna K. We need a Donna Kebab in the band. That's all I'm saying. Out of My Mind. Lost my mind. Let's go. Bro, they got a tune called Too Fast for Love. I think Motley Crue had a number called Too Fast for Love as well. Too fast for love. Too fast. Yeah, banger. It might have... they've done Strutter as well, which might be a Kiss cover, right? Because I thought, could that possibly be a Motley Crue cover? But who's covering Motley Crue? Motley Crue are surprisingly technical, like surprisingly really good instrumentalists, which is mind-boggling. Some fucking right riffs, Motley Crue. Out of it. Bam, 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 bam. Quite funny, they got a tune called Lever on Lever. And I saw somebody having a conversation about this on the internet as of recent in regards to metal, and how it was Rob Halford of Judas Priest who really brought leather into the metal fashion, and it derives from like homosexual fetishization, doesn't it? But then all the metalheads started wearing all leather gear and all this and that, yeah. Very homoerotic. It's like all of the gangsters who do the sagging thing with their trousers halfway down their ass. When it derives from prison, you know, showing your arsehole off. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you look at the shoulder of Donna A, the blue-topped girl in the middle, if you look across her shoulder and neck, there's such like a strict line that it looks like an edit of sorts, don't you think? Or at least a crease in the image. Do you know where I'm coming from? We got Looking for Blood coming up next. Yes. See you there. Yes, now, bless now. Idiots! Come on now. Mastermind is signing in. Brainbox is signing in. The Big Brain. That's overcompensatory, by the way, to guise the reality of the fact of my minuscule peanut bird brain. Looking for love, looking for blood, looking for... Track number 6 of 10 on American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine. I am getting tired. I woke up today at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Well, I went to bed at like 4 in the morning, so give me a break, people. I felt pretty good waking up, to be honest, but it's coming to my bedtime. I'm going to sleep well. I'm looking forward to it. This is a brief one at 1 minute 54. We're listening to the Donnas, the Donna Kebabs. Let's jump in. Out of the 4 Donnas on the front cover, who do you think would win in a fight? Like, if they all just fought each other at once in this particular sort of frame, in this freeze frame of their career, who do you reckon would win? Little Blue on the left-hand side, given she stayed out of the hustle and bustle for a second, could probably come in with a victory by the end of it, I reckon. Don't judge a book by its cover. I think the strongest of the main larger two, the central two, is Donna A. Donna F. Too much style, too much effort in the barnet, too much of an haircut on her. Nah, too much of a haircut. She's going to opt out quick. I reckon Purple's going to wallop those two. And then Donna C's going to come in at the end and just fucking take the victory. That's what I reckon. It's got to be a fight till the death as well. Which one's Donna Summer? Which one's Donald Trump? That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good one. Which one's Donald Trump? Which one's Donald Duck? So there's no Donna D's for Donald Duck. There's no Donna T's for Donald Trump. There's no Donna S for Donna Summer. Who the hell is there? There's Donna A might just be like a continuation of the word Donna. So it might not actually be Donna A. It might just be like Donna, Donna. And Donna R is like a hidden R. It's like Donna R. So Donna F is flexing on this front cover with a 5-string bass guitar. There is no need for this act to have that additional bass string whatsoever. Duh, 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 duh. Reasonable tune. I got revenge on my mind, looking for love. I keep thinking it's looking for love, because that's, what do you call that? What do you call it when you got the same letter at the start? Alliteration. Some say that was part of the beauty of the whole Madeleine McCann case as well, the missing girl Madeleine McCann, and why she's like the most famous missing child of all time. Partially, we give credit to the beautiful alliteration of Madeleine McCann and the way it just rolls off of the tongue. I didn't come up with that idea, by the way. It was a comedian who said it, and I thought, you know what, it actually makes sense from a marketing standpoint. It just is what it is. Did you know when it comes to alliteration, there's so many phrases we have that don't make any sense, but considering they have good alliteration, they just sort of stand alone by themselves. Dead as a doorknob. Do you know what I mean? Lever on Lever coming up next. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Bit TV signing in, track 7 of 10 on American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine, which is a badass album title, I do think. Lever on Lever, let's flip it, go, listen to Donnas. I reckon this band was put together. Let me talk about music. If you're gonna be like an A&R, which, you know what I mean, if this band put their first record out in 97, like A&Rs were a thing, like they're turning up to events and they're finding talent. There's like talent scouts. We don't really have them no more working for record labels. Right, believe it or not, from what I'm aware, as far as mainstream record labels are concerned anyway, let alone independent, not many people work for these mainstream labels anyway. It's very centralized and they just hire agencies to do the work for them. They outsource most of like the artist development and marketing and so forth to just like other external third-party companies. Like the... you know, the amount of work a mainstream record label has to take on nowadays isn't so much as the third parties whom are getting paid by these mainstream labels. But I say that to say this. As much as it's completely cool on a longevity standpoint, and as far as like a practical standpoint, that these labels and managements and so forth pick up on a artist or artists whilst they're young, there's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me, you know? The Donnas, given I did the maths right, were 19 years old collectively when this record was put out, which means they were 18 years old when their debut came out, right? And that means that they were younger when they were in the, you know, the throes of promoting themselves through actually having come together as an act to write music and to promote themselves. So even though it's good from a business standpoint, but it does go hand in hand with what I'm going to say, it is somewhat predatory that these industrial heads will, I mean, even if it's like a family member, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, my dad's in the industry, he's a writer and he'll be able to sort us out with a record deal and so forth. Like the incorporation of like this heavy duty business and monetization of the entity of these young and naive people, I think there's a dark undercurrent to that. You know? Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? They're for-profit organisations. The intention of the A&R, the intention of the record label, the intention of the management, the intention of these industry connections are to profit off of the artist. And when the artist is young and in the prime of their creative soul, per se, they're not going to be overtly educated on the business. That's why they need those who work in the business to market and sell and aid produce a good product that allows them to flourish. But unfortunately, the yin to that yang is there is a predatory element. We're going to make a fucking killing off of these kids. We're going to use and market these kids to make us money, because that's why we're in the business. And we'll fucking screw them over. Why the hell not? That's good business for us. We'll screw them over. That's the point, innit? It's not a charity case. There's an air of AC/DC from time to time in this band. This chorus section, the melody of the chorus section is a little AC/DC-esque, I think. The call and response. Bum, lever on lever. Catchy number. Wasn't the best song on the record, but as always, nice and catchy. You know, halfway you're thinking, this isn't the greatest number, and by the end of the track, you're singing along. You're like, this is a great hook, you know what I mean? Want to get some stuff coming up next? There's Rocksteady, King of Pit TV, signing in. Canva, Debbie, Marketing Plan. Want to get some stuff is track number 8 of 10. We're listening to American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine. This entire list for goes out to my friend Gary. This is the Donnas. Did you know having a Gary is a slang term for an ecstasy pill? I don't know where that derives from. Tight rhythm playing. Ba 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 da. Probably the weakest track on the record so far, that one. Yeah, probably the weakest track on the record so far. Not much to comment on that one. That's the only one I'm not going to really have a little bit of a rant and a rave about. Speed Demon at 2 minutes 1 second coming up next. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV signing in. Come to the end of this record by the Donnas. Speed Demon is track 9 of 10 on this record. Let's just jump straight in. Rock and roll, let's go. Let's go. Rock and roll, come on. 12-bar blues. That was a good tune. I like that one. I like that one. I like the little bridges, the breakdowns. And then a little walking bass line. Well, it's not necessarily walking bass line as much as it is a 12-bar blues. Nice one. And that one I really appreciated the song lengths of the album as a whole. I'm just paying attention there, just thinking, you know what, it's great to hear this act put these cool upbeat rock and roll numbers together, punk rock and roll numbers together, garage rock bands, garage rock tunes at like the lesser end of 2 minutes long per song. This really tickles my pickle in the right way. It's my cup of tea. This is the sort of sound I do enjoy. I do enjoy it a lot. Let's finish this record off with Shaking the Action. There's ROCKSTEADY King of the Pit TV signing in. American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine is the record we've been listening to by the act The Donnas. It was recommended on Patreon by my very good friend Gary, the 90s connoisseur. Let's finish this record off, shall we? I've got a little bit more material from Gary to listen to after this, so looking forward to that. Relatively long one to finish off at, 3 minutes 3 seconds long. Let's go. AC/DC style. Come on now. What the hell does that mean? Great riff. Bam, bam. What the hell is a shake in the action? I need an explanation. I need an explanation, baby. Big cadence to finish. A little resonant feedback there. Shaking an action, shaking the action, baby. I don't know what shaking the action means. It was an alright tune. I like the energy to that one. Great toe tapper. Great kick to that one. You know, some good accents on some of the power chords at the end of the phrases. But the hook is nonsensical to me. What the hell is a shake in the action? Anyway, I'm going to give you one last video. I'll give you my final overview of this record as a whole. I'll rate it out of 10 for you. Will I rate it a 1? Will I rate it an 11? You see how I'm pushing the boundaries here? I'm thinking outside of the box. We abide by different principles over here at King of the Pit TV. I'll see you there. Yes, now bless now, people. There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV signing in. I just listened to the Donnas, the Donna Kebabs, for the very first time. 1998, this record was put out. The record's entitled American Teenage Rock and Roll Machine, which I think is a badass title for a record, personally. It was recommended on the Patreon by my good friend Gary. Gaza is a non-stop stream of fantastic sounds. This is no different. I enjoyed this record, so I'm going to jump straight in and say I thought this was an enjoyable sound. Now, there's a lot of stuff on this I don't really agree with as much as I do agree with, so it's going to make room for a fascinating review. So we got 10 tunes on this record. No filler. We got no introductions, no outros, no interludes. It's just 10 tunes on record. Perfect. I referenced during the listen to this, I've never come across a 90s act that is doing like a bit of a nod to the 70s as far as like the rock and roll value is concerned, as far as the nod to the Ramones is concerned in the punk rock sense. My idea of the 90s is so far more modernized than that, you know. Don't get me wrong, there's always revival acts and so forth, but this band stands alone as far as my awareness is concerned of acts that were reminiscent of the the rock and roll infused punk rock elements of the 70s in the 90s, especially the late 90s. This was 98 this was put out. So clearly, one of the marketable points, one of the brand elements is that it's a 4-piece girl group. I say girl group respectively. I think they sort of play on, the youthful essence to a degree, as we have got a reference of their age being 17 in one of the songs, even though doing the math they would have been 19 at the release of this record. But I had a look in the related videos as well, and they've got an album called like the Donnas Turn 21 or something, and that makes sense because looking at the Wikipedia page, they were all born in the same year. So that's incredible, isn't it, right? All 4 of them turning, developing in age as well as through maturity of the band in like a very perfect sense, which I think is quite cool. I think it's quite cool, quite a powerful essence there, quite a powerful, momentum to be established in this band. It's relatively basic music, which is what I expected, and that's the music I love. Not so much punk rock than, rock and roll music, 12-bar blues infused, power chord driven, 3-chord rock and roll rootsy music, with an extra bit of a kick, a bit of an up-tempo, bit of a distorted guitar, bit of a Ramones tinge in both the aesthetic as well as the attitude and verbal sense of the lyrical content. The production of this record was really good. It wasn't great, polished, fantastic bubblegum production. It was gritty, but it was powerful. It was imperfect, but it was organic to an extent. The main vocal, she can hold a tune, but she's not a great singer. And the vocal production only really emphasized and supercharged the blemishes of the vocal line, given how fully frontal it was. And that was great. The backing vocals, gang chants, incredibly infectious, very catchy. Don't get me wrong, the youthful, feminine gang chant, there was a hard translate between me and the band at that point, I want to hear a bit of testosterone in my gang chants, don't get me wrong. So just like on a baseline biological basis, there was somewhat a degree of disconnect, but they sounded really good. They were produced well. They were powerful as hell. Drumming was good. Guitars were good, tight enough. Didn't really pick up too much on the bass guitar, in all honesty. Didn't hear so much of the bass guitar in the mix, but a lot of that comes down to the headphones I use, The bass frequencies aren't, highlighted with the headphones I use, so that is what it is. Didn't do them justice. Songwriting was pretty good. Song lengths were perfect. 10 tracks, and we're erring around the 2 minutes 25, 30 mark as an average for the songs. Fantastic, perfect. I'll rate this record a 7.5 out of 10. This is a band that definitely will progress and develop as they go into the 2000s and onwards. But hopefully not in a mature sense where they slow things down and they start writing 3 minutes 50 seconds songs of like the shittier end of what the Buzzcocks did. I would like them to optimize this high octane punk rock, garage rock sound. I would love to hear how they develop from here on, as long as it's in the right direction, because there's space for it to get a bit mundane if they mature into a more, pop sense than what they've got going on here. So I can see a possible 8 in the future of this band, which is a really good rating for me. I like minimal, easy listening, high energy, snotty-nosed music. I think it's really good. That's my review on that. I'm signing out, people. Peace.